By blocking any of those barriers, this disaster would have been easily avoided. Marine accidents can have a devastating effect on society, causing physical damage, loss of life, economic losses, and severe environmental pollution. Today we will explore the importance of preventing these incidents, focusing on a major accident involving the Milano bridge ship happened in Busan, South Korea. Particularly accidents related to pilotage where pilots guide ships in and out the ports are critical. These professionals are at the forefront of maritime safety. However, when accidents occur, the consequences can be catastrophic both for industries involved and the ports. In today's episode, we will talk about the Japanese company K-Line operated ship Milan bridge accident that happened in Busan, South Korea. This is 366-meter container ship that can carry up to 13,920 foot containers at a time. On March 29, 2020, the vessel completed her scheduled maintenance in China and sailed empty of cargo towards Busan. This will be a very important point to stop by while discussing this incident, as when the ship is at ballast condition, empty of cargo, the draft of the ship is light and the propeller and its rudder will not be fully submerged underwater. This will have a significant role in our discussion today. Remember that. On April 6, and in fair weather condition, the vessel received her pilot to enter Busan New Port and enter the passageway of Gadeok Channel at 1400 hours with her significantly low draft of 4.5 meter forward and 6.9 meter aft, leaving 33% of her propeller exposed out of the water. When the ship's propeller is exposed, the water resistance decreases, reducing the effect of the propeller and so the maneuverability of the ship. In fact, even if the propeller is fully submerged but the draft is low, close to the water surface, the performance also reduces because of the water pressure. This phenomenon of losing the thrust due to light draft called ventilation phenomenon. The captain and the pilot, however, decided to proceed in the port under these unsafe circumstances without having detailed discussion about the maneuverability of the ship at this situation. Anyhow, the ship was planned to berth at pier number 7 between two ships. At 14:34, while the decks were fast forward and aft of the ship started her sharp turn 90 degrees towards the starboard away from an island at the entrance of the port with a speed of 9.5 knots. It's also worth mentioning here that the pilots usually at this point they maintain a speed of 6.5 to 8 knots to be able to make the sharp turn. More speed gives the ship more rate of turn, logical. But there is very important point that must be considered during the high speed turn, which is the drift towards the opposite side of the turn, making swap paths that can reach 3 times of the beam of the ship. The pilot at this point must realize that the high speed has started a chain of error that can lead to an accident. Remember the Swiss cheese model theory? At this time of the event, there was 4 ships laid at the pier. Milano bridge was to berth between 2 of them. While making the 90 degrees turn with the high speed, the pilot has felt that the present rate of turn is not enough for the ship to complete her turn. Hence, there is a risk of collision with the vessel ahead. The easiest call at this time is to increase the speed further to increase the rate of turn. The rate of turn actually increased. Simultaneously, the drift towards the pier also increased and the ship came very close to the vessel, berthed ahead of the intended berthing position and parallel to it. Which means he avoided the collision with the vessel, but he still have danger exists. The vessel now is heading towards the C-span gangs, which was berthed at the back of the intended berthing position of the Milano bridge, with very small room to conduct escape maneuver. It's obvious that the pilot and the bridge team has lost situation awareness at this time. And that is evident by the multiple random wheel and engine orders given in very short time. At 14:49 hours local time, the vessel Milano bridge came in contact with the gantry cranes in Pier 7, causing one crane to fall and the other cranes to be damaged. As a reflection of the stern impact with the cranes, the bow also slammed the vessel ahead, causing minor damage to both ships. If we analyze this incident using the Swiss cheese model, we can say the first barrier to avoid this incident started way before boarding the pilot at Busan. As the ship was empty of cargo, it would have loaded more ballast water in the tanks to submerge the propeller to the maximum possible. Having said that, we can consider loading insufficient ballast is a hazard that has passed through the first slice of the cheese. After boarding the pilot and during the short master-pilot exchange of information, the pilot and the captain both did not give enough attention to the details and the possible consequences of the ship's limited ability to maneuver. The third slice passed was the high speed of the ship when approaching the critical turn point and the unsafe positioning of the tags. Especially the stern tag would have been more effective if it was attached to the center lead to work as a brake tug from behind. The fourth slice was further increase of speed to increase the rate of turn. Here, when the ship's speed dropped around 5 knots, it could have made more sense to try stopping the ship instead, using the tags, the engine, the anchors, or all together to avoid the contact, instead of insisting to make the turn and increase the speed. In simple words, the pilot and the captain should have considered aborting the maneuver at this point, even if at this point was already late for such decision with all the signs along the way. The fifth slice was the random orders of wheel and engine to avoid C-span ship, not considering the stern running towards the crane and the clear loss of situation awareness by both pilot and the captain of the ship. By blocking any of those barriers, this disaster would have been easily avoided. That's it for today. Stay tuned, more coming episodes from Maritime Pilot. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Fair winds and following seas.